Hey friends, it's Professor Lyrics back with another reaction focusing on the lyrical meaning behind your favorite songs. Today I'm going to do Zach Bryan's 2022 smash hit, Something in the Orange. I'm familiar with Zach Bryan from way back in the day when he had the Zach Bryan band and their big hit Chicken Fried, I think back in like 2005. I have not heard him since. I did not know he went solo, so I'm excited to dig in. If you like what I do here on the channel, please be sure to smash that describe button on our journey to 1,000 describers. All right, class is in session.
It'll be fine by dusk, but I'm telling you, baby. These things eat at your bones and drive your young mind crazy. But when you place your head between my collar and jaw, I don't know much, but there's no weight at all. And I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. 'Cause if I say I miss you, I know that you won't. But I miss you in the mornings when I see the sun. Something in the orange tells me we're not done.
Yeah, guys, pretty kind of mellow sound, a little bit sad. I think what we have here is someone at a doctor trying to get a diagnosis. Let's back up and I'll explain. It'll be fine by dusklight, I'm telling you, baby. I think this is either a doctor talking to a patient or the patient talking to someone else saying, I'll be okay by the evening. I think it's in the morning right now, which I'll get to, but they're saying I'll be okay by evening. These things eat at your bones and drive your young mind crazy. I think we're talking about a parasite here, or maybe some bacteria. I know bacteria can eat away at bone. I think this guy's eating a bad orange. There was something in it. We'll get to that. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but that explains that line right there. When you place your head between my collar and jaw, I don't know much, but there's no weight at all. Interesting medical technique. I think the doctor is telling this patient who's consumed the bad orange to put their head kind of between the collarbone here and the jaw. And the doctor is, do you feel anything? And the patient's saying, no, there's no weight at all. That's bad news, guys. That sounds serious. He might be numb from the neck up, which obviously would be a very serious medical situation. Sounds bad so far. I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. I think the doctor is definitely talking now. I think he's conflicted in the diagnosis. Should we intervene? Should I do surgery? Should I not? But the next line, because if I say I miss you, I know that you won't, but I miss you in the mornings when I see the sun. I think he's talking about, he's seen this patient before and he kind of missed the spot. He was maybe doing surgery or kind of an outpatient thing with an incision and said, in the morning, I missed you because of the sun. I think the sun was coming through a window and kind of blinding the doctor or surgeon, and they kind of missed the spot. You'd think they could get a room where they could pull the blinds closed, or a windowless room. I think they do a lot of surgeries, so you don't have that situation. But who knows? This could be kind of a rural community and they're just working with what they have. But that also is kind of an ominous line early on here. Something in the orange tells me we're not done. I think the orange is still like on the operating table or in the office, and the doctor has spotted the bacteria or parasite. Could be a worm. Worms are more associated with apples, but they can definitely burrow into the citrusy orange fruits as well. I think this guy ate an orange with a worm in it or bacteria, a parasite, and it sounds like a bad situation. He needs a second opinion, I think. Something in the orange tells me we're not done. Bad, ominous. Hopefully it'll get better.
To you I'm just a man, to me you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Opposing myself against
Damn, guys, that's harsh. Yeah, this is very kind of sad so far. Just in that little part, I think the patient's saying, to you, I'm just a man, another patient who comes in here. But to you, you're it, man. You're all I have. You need to help me. I'm in bad shape, but then bad. I poisoned myself again. He's done this before. You know, maybe he lives on an orange farm. You know, he probably just picks the oranges and has a snack as he's harvesting them. But it seems unlikely you would poison yourself with oranges twice unless you harvest them or around a lot of oranges. Maybe he just lives in Florida. I don't know, but it seems like he's done this before. And then the devastating line there before I paused it. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. I think that's the doctor kind of being straight with the guy, saying the prognosis is very bad. Whatever's in this orange, it's bad. I mean, it's eating at his bones. He's going delirious, it sounds like. He's numb from the head up. I don't know. Melancholy.
Need to hear you say you've been waiting all night. There's orange dancing in your eyes from bulb light. Your voice only trembles when you try to speak. Take me back to us dancing this wood used to creep. To you I'm just a man, to me you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I poison myself again, something in the orange tells me you're never coming home.
Yeah, guys, I think he was sent to another doctor, maybe an ER, and it's the same kind of negative prognosis. You're not coming home. Let's back up a little bit. I think it's the ER because that first line was, I need to hear you say you've been waiting all night. I think he's been waiting a long time to be seen, despite his dire medical situation with the poisoned orange. I think he's probably been to this ER or this new doctor before, because I think it seems like the doctor is a little annoyed with the guy for poisoning himself yet again. Not great bedside manner, but maybe a little social commentary from Zach Bryan that doctors should be nice to all patients, even if they continually poison themselves with oranges. And maybe he's there every night. I don't know. Let's see. There's orange dancing in your eyes from bulb light. That sounds pretty bad, guys. I think the doctor is shining the flashlight in the patient's eyes, kind of examining, you know, deep within it. And he sees actual oranges kind of dancing around in there. I've never heard of that, but I've never heard of really someone poisoning themselves with an orange either. This sounds rare, but potentially deadly. I don't know. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Your voice only trembles when you try to speak. That's a bit of an odd line. I don't know when else your voice would tremble. Your voice can't tremble if you don't try to speak, I don't think. But I think the doctor's just saying, rest, don't try to speak. Your voice is trembling. You've been here before. You've kind of keep poisoning yourself. So just let's be quiet and rest up for now. But your voice wouldn't tremble unless you're trying to speak. Odd line. Take me back to us dancing. This wood used to creak. I think this is the patient being defiant and speaking with a trembling voice. Maybe this is why the doctor doesn't want him to speak, because it's kind of a weird thing to say. I think he's just trying to say, make me better so I can go back to dancing. I don't think in the hospital room, I don't think he was dancing with the doctor, or maybe they have before. It sounds like he's been here a lot. Maybe he dances with the doctor every time he cures him and they celebrate with a little dance. Wood used to creak could also be a little bit of a sexual reference to an erection. Maybe the orange has rendered this guy impotent and he's saying, please make this wood creak again, guy, all right? If that's the only thing you can do. Interesting, interesting. Then again, to you, I'm just a man. To me, you're all I am. New doctor, same situation. Please save me. I'm just another patient to you, but to me, you're all that I have, my only hope. Devastating. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Again, you know, he's at the end of the line. It sounds like maybe it's a cycle. He goes to this first doctor, then gets sent to the ER, and then he's like, what else am I supposed to do, guy? Poison myself again? We don't know how many times. It could be continuous. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. A double whammy. Second diagnosis that he's not coming home. Although he seems to do this a lot. Maybe he ate more orange this time or consumed an entire worm that's now in his intestines and eating at his bones. Let's see. Reflective music for sure.
To you I'm just a man, to me you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I'll poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. If you leave today, I'll just stare at the way the orange touches all things around. Grass, trees, and dew, how I just hate you. Please turn those headlights around. Please turn those headlights around.
Yeah, guys, they packed a lot into that last little bit. Things got interesting. Again, just lamenting, you're the only hope I have. I poisoned myself again. Then the doctor says, if you leave today, I'll just kind of stare at this orange, how it moves around. Again, not very sensitive. I think he's saying, if you die on me, don't worry, I'm gonna stare at this orange that you've brought in. Apparently the orange is moving on its own, probably not on its own, but it may be so just kind of infested with bacteria or worms that it's moving around the table. And I think the doctor will say, I'll keep staring at it and try to figure out why this happened. I guess that's kind of nice. I don't know if the patient cares that much about that. Then the doctor laments the grass, trees, and dew. I think the patient, in addition to continually poisoning themselves with oranges, has consumed a lot of Mountain Dew and marijuana, trees, grass, over the course of his lifetime, and he's probably not healthy in general. So I think the doctor's saying, man, if you would have just been like fit and exercised and not consumed Mountain Dew every day of your life, maybe I could help you, but you're already too far gone. Your body's in precarious situation, then you poisoned yourself again. So that's what that meant. And then I think it's open-ended. At the very end, please turn those headlights around twice. That could mean the doctor is kind of going in to try to operate with the big headlamp, and maybe our guy's delirious and is like, please turn those around. Or maybe he's saying, I'm too far gone, don't even try. That would be very sad. Or maybe the second light is heaven. Maybe he's seeing the light and he doesn't want to die. He's realized it and he's saying, please turn those headlights around. So it could go either way there. I like that it's open-ended. I'd like to think the guy pulls through. Hopefully he won't keep poisoning himself with whatever oranges he keeps eating. It's a life lesson. Niche subject, important subject though. So in conclusion, Zach Bryan's 2022 smash hit Something in the Orange is about a man who continuously poisons himself by eating bad oranges that seem to be infected with bacteria or worms or some sort of parasite. He goes to a doctor who can't really help him, sends him to the ER. That doctor can't really help him either, but promises he'll observe the orange and try to figure out what's going wrong. Then towards the end, the guy sees lights, headlights twice. He could be dying or he could be trying to live. Very open-ended. Great song. I like this a lot. Interesting, melancholy for sure, sad, but important for sure. Class dismissed.